Okay, so there are two types of search engine optimization, which I'm going to go into in this course. Um, I'm not going to be giving a complete overview of search engine optimization because it's really beyond the scope of this AdSense course. What I'm actually going to be showing you are a few tips and tricks of exactly what I do to get my AdSense websites ranked in Google. Now, do bear in mind, Google does change its algorithm regularly, every few months in fact. So things do change, so you really need to keep up to date with what's happening, and I'm going to give you a few tips later on where you can find out what's working and not working for other people, because I may show you how to use a technique in this course, and next week Google might change things, so you need to bear that in mind whenever you're dealing with SEO. You need to keep an eye on what's going on. You need to know what Google's doing. So I will be recommending a forum. In fact, let's go there now. The forum which I'd recommend is a forum that is called Traffic Planet. Here we go. So it's trafficplanet.com. So I'm just showing you this to start off with because, like I said, I am teaching you search engine optimization, and a lot of the stuff you will learn in this course are just general search engine optimization techniques, and it's good to learn. However, some of the techniques I may teach may become out of date in a few months' time. Like I said, Google does change things on a regular basis. They've just had two massive updates. One was at the end of last year, and another one actually was a few weeks ago. And so, these things do change. So every now and again, it's worth coming to Traffic Planet. This is an SEO forum. And it's a good place actually to get search engine optimization outsourced, and we'll be dealing with that in a later video. But it's also a really good place just to have a look around and see what people are saying about different types of link building. So in this video, I just want to talk about the two different types of search engine optimization. Now, the first type is probably the easiest, and that is called on-page SEO. So that is everything to do with your website. So that's the look and feel of your website, how well you've placed your keywords, and other things you can do to your website to make it more Google friendly, if you like. And then the other type of SEO, search engine optimization, are what other websites are doing. So what I mean by this is Google looks to see how popular your website is on the internet. In other words, how often your website is talked about on other websites. And how do they know this? Well, they know this by the amount of blue clickable links to your website that appear on other websites, and that's called off-page SEO. Okay, so there's two different types of search engine optimization. In this video, we're just going to cover the on-page SEO. So we're back at our renewable energy life site, and I just want to walk you through some of the on-page SEO elements to do with search engine optimization. It's quite basic, really. It's not that hard. The first one, which is probably the most obvious, is the domain name. So one of my keywords I was going after for this site was renewable energy. So I bought the domain name renewableenergylife.com. Okay, so that's really good. Having your keywords in the domain name is nowhere near as effective as it used to be. Like I said, Google do change things. They have changed this recently. However, having your domain name relevant to your website is really important. So if the domain name was bluewidgets.com, not really very relevant to this site. If the domain name was dogtraining.com and my site's about renewable energy, it's not a very good fit. So the good thing about this domain name, okay, it's got my keywords in it, which is great, but it's relevant, which is the most important thing. So I would say with your domain name, yes, try and get your keywords in there, but what's more important is that your domain name is relevant to your niche. So if you can't get a keyword-rich domain name, it's not such an issue these days, but what is an issue is you need to make sure your domain name is relevant to your niche. So that's really the first thing we need to talk about. The second thing we want to do is to try and get our keyword, okay, in the title of our blog. So you can see here I've got it at the top, and that's just a setting in Google. That's just a setting in WordPress, and I'm going to log in a minute, and we'll go and have a look at that. It's very, very easy to set up within WordPress. So that's like the main settings within WordPress. And then for individual pages or posts in your website, obviously the main title of your page or your post needs to have your keyword in the title. So for instance, this post is talking about solar energy, so here we've got our keyword, okay, and we can see it actually appears in the domain name because that's the name. Solar energy is part of the page name, so it actually appears at the top here. What I'd recommend you do is make sure you've watched the WordPress tutorial videos, because some of these search engine optimization techniques I'm talking about here are covered in the WordPress training videos, such as permalinks. If you set your permalinks correctly, you can have your article description appear as your page name in the domain name here, and that's really important for SEO. So if you don't know how to do that, go and watch the WordPress training videos, and there's some other plugins which we talk about. So obviously we want to try and get our keyword into our article. You know, for a 700 or 800 word article, I'm trying to get my keyword in there 3 or 4 times, maybe 4 or 5 times. Don't try and stick to a set formula. This is where people go wrong. They think, oh, okay, you know, my keyword has to be in the article 5 times. You know, I have to have my keyword in every one of these subheadings. I have to bold my keyword once. No, you know, anything I'm showing here, use as a guideline. When you start making all your posts exactly the same, this is where Google sees what's called a footprint. So, for instance, some of my articles, I've bolded the keyword. In this article, it's not bolded. In some articles, it is bolded. In some articles, I've made the keyword underlined. Okay, you know, so in some articles, I put the you know, so here we go, solar energy. I've put that into a subheadline here. Okay, and I've made it bold. So as you can see, I'm just doing things a little bit differently. Very, very simple to do. Now, if I just go to, let's just go to edit this post, and we can have a look inside WordPress. So you can see I've just split the article up into paragraphs, easy to read paragraphs. We've got nice subheadlines, which I've just made bold. Very, very simple. I don't bother with the you know, with the H1, H2 and all that here, because if I were to make that H2, it makes it a different size. So if you want to, you can use these H1 and H2 tags. I don't bother, but you can do if you like. That can add, you know, that can give you better on-page SEO. And you know, we can just pick a word and we can make it bold as well, or underlined, and that can help towards our SEO as well. So like I said, you know, on some pages I will, with each of these headlines, I'll choose a headline 1 or a headline 2 or a headline 3, because that can help with SEO. On some pages I don't. Some pages I might bold the keyword, some pages I might, you know, make the keyword italic, other pages I might underline the keyword once within the text. And on some pages I don't do anything at all. Really important, like I said, not to leave a footprint. You don't want to make all your pages the same, okay? Some images, not all my images, but some images I will put the alternate text with my keyword. Sometimes I'll use a different keyword that is similar to my main keyword, okay? So I've got, does solar energy work? So if there was another image on this page, I wouldn't use solar energy again. I would use something like solar power, okay? Something that's related, okay? So you're trying to make it look like to Google that you're not trying to manipulate the search engines. What you're trying to look to Google is that you're a quality website, and you know, you're just building this because you're not trying to, you know, manipulate the search engines. That's not what Google wants to see. If we scroll down here, I've got the all-in-one SEO pack plugin installed. If you don't know how to install that, go and have a look at the WordPress tutorials. So obviously I want to fill in a title, which is the title of the page that will appear in Google search. I've got my solar energy keyword there, and we've got our solar energy, which appears in the description, and we've got solar energy, which appears as a keyword, okay? If you don't know how all-in-one SEO pack works, like I said, go and watch the tutorial videos on WordPress. Really essential plugin, this. What this, in a nutshell, what this plugin does, it just manipulates the title and description that appears in the Google search when somebody's searching for your website. So this is what people will see in Google when they're searching for your website, or rather your web page. So when this page appears in the search results, this is what will show up, this title and this description. Okay, and obviously we want to make sure that our article is in the correct category. That's really important that we get our categories nailed down. We went into that in an earlier video. So it's really important that we select the correct categories. Now that's really all there is to on-page optimization. It's not hard, but like I said, you want to make sure your keywords are included in your page. You don't want to be repeating your keywords too often. LSI keywords, you want to incorporate those into your articles. We talked about this earlier in content creation, but that's all that on-page SEO is about. In the following videos, I'm going to start talking about off-page SEO and building backlinks.